Hello, my name is Philip Hundl. I'm an attorney in Wharton County. My practice area focuses on land litigation, specifically condemnation. Today I'd like to talk to you about right-of-way agents. As a landowner, if you're faced with condemnation, one of the first persons that you'll talk with will be a right-of-way agent. What is a right-of-way agent and what do they do? A right-of-way agent is a representative of the condemner. In this case, let's use a pipeline company as an example. The pipeline company would hire a company, a right-of-way agent company, that would go out and do a lot of the legwork in the beginning. To go out and talk to landowners, acquire easements for the particular pipeline. So just as an oil and gas company may have landmen that go out, or land lease men that go out and talk to mineral interest owners about getting leases signed, the same thing pipeline companies do with right-of-way agents. And so they'll hire a right-of-way agent or a company of right-of-way agents to go out and get these easements that they need for their future pipeline. Lots of right-of-way agents are great folks. I know many of them personally, very ethical in the way they conduct their work. Others, however, I've seen many tactics that are very questionable and many tactics that they use that I really strongly suggest landowners be aware of and not fall prey to. One of the first things is the timing that they use. Oftentimes, the right-of-way agents are real good about catching you at a vulnerable time or at a time that's inconvenient for you. Lunchtime, dinner time, calling you, late at night. Anyway, a time when you really don't want to probably deal with the land right-of-way agent, and so you may make a hasty decision. And I'm sorry, but the main tactic that the right-of-way agent will use is to try to get you, the landowner, to make a hasty decision or a decision under pressure. Also, a big theme that the right-of-way agents will often try to convince the landowners of is you don't need a lawyer. You don't need a lawyer for this. Don't worry. Your neighbor down the street or your neighbor on the other tract of property, he signed the easement just like this. Don't worry, it'll be okay. You don't need a lawyer. A lawyer's expensive. It's a waste of time. And I guess I always caution anyone when you're asked to not hire an attorney, then I think red flags should go up. As most people know, and I've done other videos talking about how attorneys are compensated in most condemnation cases, it's normally on a contingency fee basis. And so I always stress to my clients that, the only way I get paid is if you get paid more. And so my fee would not be coming out of their original offer. So, that's something that I think, right-of-way agents will make lots of misrepresentations or at least, bend the truth somewhat. One of the other strong themes that they use, or the tactics, is you don't need an appraisal, or you don't need to hire an appraiser, which, partly true, right? You don't have to, if you're a landowner faced with condemnation, you do not have to hire an appraiser. It may be in your best interest to hire an appraiser, because if not, I think all that you can rely on is your own opinion of the value of your property. Then you should probably hire your own appraiser, and if you hire a lawyer, then the lawyer would coordinate that. So the right-of-way agents saying that you don't need an appraiser, shouldn't get an appraisal, I think is a misrepresentation. Some other misrepresentations that I hear over and over is right-of-way agents misrepresenting the terms of the proposed easement. They will come to you and say, here's the proposed easement from the pipeline. They probably won't give you a whole lot of time to review it, or they may even try to explain the terms. Sometimes their explanation is incorrect, misrepresentation, and so their explanation of the easement is, don't worry, the pipeline company won't follow through with certain contractual parts of the easement, that really doesn't apply. Well, I get, if it's in writing and it's an easement that you're signing, I think you need to be very aware of, the terms that you're signing and agreeing to. Other point or misrepresentation, they oftentimes misrepresent the law and the facts. The law, sometimes right-of-way agents want to speed up the deadlines in a condemnation proceeding. In other words, they like to misrepresent that you only have so many days in which to sign. If not, the pipeline company is going to sue you. They're going to take you to court. And so that causes some fear in a lot of landowners' minds, and so therefore they unfortunately sign. Other misrepresentations, don't worry, the easement can always be changed, or the pipeline company will change the easement. Without a doubt, documents can be amended and changed, but once again, there's never a guarantee that anyone will revise or agree to amend a document that's already been signed, and for that matter, an easement recorded. So be very wary of that. Also, misrepresentations of sometimes locations of where the actual pipeline easement is on the property. That's a big factor that sometimes landowners do mind where it's going to go, and right-of-way agents will represent that. Don't worry, it's going to go here. It's not going to go and interfere with your outbuildings, barns, or cattle pens or whatnot. So critical factors that you need to be aware of. Right-of-way agents, as I said, many are great folks. Many of them are ethical, and they do not misrepresent facts or law. But I've run across too many that have, and I've had too many landowners come to me after the fact, once they've signed an easement agreement, and want to change things or want to add things that they had asked to be added and that they thought were added, and they were not added. And so that gets to be extremely frustrating for obviously the landowners, but for me as the lawyer trying to represent the landowners. So don't fall prey to certain unethical tactics of right-of-way agents. Also, my experience has been it's oftentimes easier to get revisions or additional terms in the easement agreements that are favorable to landowners when an attorney is involved, and an attorney dealing with the pipeline's attorney and not the right-of-way agent. So with that, I remember that you don't have to act under pressure or threat. You have rights. You need to protect those rights.